go walk around in booty shorts. When I was in Ghana and I wore leggings outside, I felt like I was naked. I've been out insulting me. You're going to insult me. You can't force me to buy your food. I understand, but hey, by force. I repair. I miss watching. Can y'all tell? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to Nyna KB. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about things to expect if you decide to move to Ghana, or if you want to move to Ghana. This is what you should expect from my point of view. This is from my perspective, and I hope this video gives you some good pointers. Let's get into it. We're going to start with fashion, okay? We're going to start with clothing because I love clothes. If you're coming from the US or France or somewhere outside of Africa, if you're coming from a country that's like not really traditional, please don't go walk around in booty shorts. I'm telling you, you will get stares. I know it's hot. You're going to feel uncomfortable. The way we dress here is not the way we dress back home. There's a time and place for everything. I'm not saying that it's banned or you're not allowed to. That's not the case. It's just in certain places, if you're gonna go out during the daytime, you might feel uncomfortable. But in December, it's okay because a lot of people are traveling, so it's like, you're not always gonna be in areas where it's concentrated with locals, but if you're gonna be around local people, probably don't want to be wearing revealing clothes. Trust me. There's some things that I personally don't think are revealing, but other cultures do think it's revealing. You have to respect that. Or you just feel super uncomfortable, like here. I'm used to wearing leggings. Y'all, I'm a dancer. I took ballet contemporary. I do theater. We wear leggings to rehearse. Here is not a big deal. When I was in Ghana and I wore leggings outside, I felt like I was naked. I am not even kidding you. And it really depends on what you're wearing at the top. You will feel uncomfortable. Trust and believe. It's like something you have to experience to know. I'm not saying that leggings are a no-no. It's just like there's certain things like tap into your maxi dresses. Jeans are cool. Jeans and a tank top, cool, but they're just certain combinations. Depending on where you're at, you might feel uncomfortable. So that's just a heads up right there. Like sometimes I would feel uncomfortable wearing an off-the-shoulder dress outside the house. It really depends on who I was with. If I was inside the house and it's hot and you want to wear like a loose, big flowy off-the-shoulder dress, no problem. But some places it's just like, like you just feel super exposed. It really depends on where you're at. Also, a pro tip, if you're really looking to get your clothes sewn and all that, that's something a lot of Ghanaians do. You know how here, like, we just shop, we do retail, or like order off of Shein and Co and all these different stores online. We get our stuff sewn. But most people have like a tailor, somebody who sews their clothing for them. You just show up, you buy the yards, you buy the cloth, you can find it at the market, and then you bring your cloth in and they take your measurements. You tell them what style you want, and then you pick it up whenever it's ready. That's mostly for traditional wear. I think that's so fun. It's like you get to be your own designer. I like designing things, so I like that. Obviously, you can find non-African print clothes in the market. They have little kiosk stores, the mall. You can find clothes like this anywhere in Ghana. For the most part, from a local point of view, you're gonna go to like your seamstress or your tailor or all that. Not to throw any shade, y'all, but okay, so when I went back to Ghana in 2020, right? This was during COVID, the pandemic. I stayed there for 2 years. I stayed there until 2022. Something that my mom told me, she was like, you're not here to make friends. You don't need friends. I thought she was being so dramatic, but people be very envious and jealous. And this is not just about just Ghana specifically. This is just anywhere in life that you go. But I think it was like a really prominent thing for me when I went over there, because I think people assumed that I had money and I had an American accent, so they thought that I was just like, how do you explain this? For my tree speakers, how do I explain this? Like they thought I was showing off, you know? Because I wasn't there just during September. I was there throughout the whole year. They probably thought I was taking a vacation. Meanwhile, I had nothing in my bank account. Like, I was not working. I was not done with school. Like, I was just trying to figure out life at that moment. So be careful of people wanting to use you because of your accent. It's really hard to make real friends when you first move out there and you're alone, especially if you didn't travel with your friends. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to figure out who you're gonna end up trusting. But one friend is better than a group of fake friends, because fake friends can really get you into some okay. Be careful. Use your intuition, your instincts. Also, if you have an American accent or a foreign accent, people will try to take advantage of you, and people will try to profit off of you if it's to do business, if it's giving you fake prices at the market for things. Not all Ghanaians are like this. I'm just saying, like, realistically, be careful. Even if you say you're going to go and move and live there, be careful. People will like switch up the price of plantain chips. Maybe for a local, balcony at 2 cedis, one is 2 cedis. But for you, they'll like jack up the price of 6 cedis per packet because the price conversion. Don't get played. My advice to you is remain quiet. Find a friend who you can walk around, with, tour your area with, see who is who, listen to how they talk. Be quiet, watch, know the prices before they play you. It's harder said than done because you're not always gonna have somebody there to cater it to you. You're not always gonna have somebody there to like show you the path. Sometimes you just have to explore on your own, and that's the best way. Okay, so in Ghana, we buy credits for your phone. It's like calling credits. Like you buy 1 city call credit so you can call friends, or you buy 15 cities so you can have Wi-Fi connection or like data. We buy it like that. So I was walking to buy credit one day, or I was walking somewhere, and when I tell you the stares, not because of what I was wearing was inappropriate, but because people could tell that I wasn't from Ghana. First of all, let me correct something. I am Ghanaian. My mom is Ghanaian, I'm Ghanaian. I speak Tree, I can pound for food. I'm Ghanaian, period. I might be Ghanaian American. I wasn't born in Ghana, but I was raised in Ghana. My mother was born in Ghana, my grandma born in Ghana, great grandma born in Ghana, raised, so on and so forth. What was my point? People would like see me and they would literally ask me, are you from the diaspora? You're not from here, are you? And it was not like I was wearing an American flag t-shirt or something, like I don't know. So people can really tell, like they will study you. It's intense. They'll be looking at you, they're like, you're not from this area. But I guess you can tell who's not from your area if you live in that area. I get it. Let me tell you guys a story. One time I was going to buy water. So in Ghana we have pure water. It's water in the little like square sachet rubber bags. And then across the street, the lady at the kiosk, I bought water from her once. So I was on my way somewhere. I thought I was on my way to go to where I was going I don't even know where I was going. But I passed her kiosk, and when I was coming back, there's a kiosk right by her, and I got some water. I was passing her place, greeted her. She was so upset with me. I said, huh? I don't even know you. Why are you angry? She was like, oh, so I see you don't want to buy my water. I see you don't want to do business with me. This. I was so confused, y'all. People take their sales seriously, and I get it. I get it. We're all trying to eat. We're all trying to make money. But she definitely made me feel uncomfortable, and I never went back to her to buy water again. I always made sure I went to the other lady, because why you have beef with me because I just went to buy water? Water is like a basic necessity. Like don't chase your customers away. Like there's a certain way to say it. If you wanted a loyal customer, wait till I buy, at least keep buying water from you like every Sunday or something for you to even say something. Me, I think I'm about to have bakumpe. First time, my tone is the next day or a few weeks later, and as mini, I don't even know. Me ko tone from a different lady. Now also She can have that energy? Absolutely not. If, depending on what area you are in, if you think you're gonna have a nice, quiet, lazy Sunday, let me tell you, it's not happening, because you will hear the church music, you will hear the praising, you will hear the tongues, you will hear fun ice cream, bullfrogs person trying to sell their food. You will hear drums, even if maybe there might be a funeral happening, because you know our funerals, we take them very seriously. It's like a series of events, music, party, birthday party. It's like loud, okay? And it's loud. If you live by schools who rent spaces for parties and events, you will hear that during the weekend, especially on Sundays. You'll hear church. So be ready for those Sunday mornings, because it took me a minute. Okay, let's get down to what everybody has been waiting to hear about: food. I'm sure that if you're moving to Ghana, you're excited to try the food, you're curious, you don't know what to expect. So yes, we do have grocery stores. If you want to get some American staples and stuff like that, we have grocery stores like in East Legon and Osu. I mean, we have grocery stores everywhere. We have like American grocery stores, and then we just have like indoor grocery stores and stuff like that. And then we have the markets. When I'm back home, I go to the markets. It is not easy in these streets, because sellers will harass you. Let's say you don't want to buy yam, huh? You walk by the yam sellers, you're looking for what okra. They'll call your name. They'll call you, hey, Araba, what pair wavy? So basically they're asking you if you want to buy some of, they're asking you to buy for them. I get it because you're trying to make money, but if I don't want yam, or I already bought yam, and I said no thank you, I've been out insulting me. You're going to insult me now. I've had that happen to me so many times. Like, first of all, it's really overstimulating to be in a market when you're not even used to being in the market. So when I first got back home again, I was like, whoa, I was getting back into the groove. People selling their food were insulting me because I was walking past their stuff. It's one of those things you just have to ignore it because it's like, girl, just no. Not to be disrespectful, but just no. You can't force me to buy your food. I understand, but hey, by force. I think I had already actually bought some yam and she was just so upset at me. She's like, and then this and this and this. I was like, I'm definitely not coming back to this market. It was Kaneshi. It was Kaneshi, okay? I'm a Makola market girl. Makola is my market. It's just zen for me. Because Kaneshi diet, too much. If you're going to go to the market, make sure you bring a friend the first time around if you want to have that experience. Bring a local friend, see how they bargain if that's a skill you want to pick up. Because honestly, the market is a bargaining place. They be changing up the prices sometimes. It really depends on the season. You might want to make some friends. I had a friend who sold eggplants, like the little eggplants for Nyadwas too. That was my girl. When she saw me, she already knew what was up because I was a loyal customer. She didn't jack up the prices. She didn't change so much for me. It was good. So make some friends. Not everybody now. So you guys have a little agreement going on. Okay, so depending on your neighborhood, if you want to try like local foods, so we have this thing called cocoa, like breakfast foods and such. If you want to try local breakfast foods, make sure you wake up early. When I say early, you guys can correct me in the comments, but by 6 a.m. you should be awake, already trying 2 showers to go out and get food. Like 6:30, go and get your breakfast food because it sells out fast. It sells out fast. You cannot be waking up at 9 a.m. and expect to go and find house that cocoa in the streets. My friend, it's gone. It depends if you're in a busy area, like if you're by a marketplace or like a transportation hub, they will always have food. But in your local neighborhood, there's so many times where I just have missed the cocoa by this much. It's all gone, especially if the cocoa is with the house that cocoa and the bull fruits and all that. So if you're really into trying traditional breakfast foods, scope around who's in your area and just try to wake up as early as possible to be the first customer. Go and ask them. See how they even sell their things. I think it's character building when you go out and you order food from people selling food on the street or the side of the road because it builds your confidence. I remember I used to be so nervous getting food because my tree accent hadn't like kicked in yet. I know what I'm saying, but I still have that American touch to it. Sometimes it was overwhelming because they'll be looking at me like, huh? Like, who's this girl? What is she saying? What do you want? It's just a good skill to have. They start to remember your orders and stuff like that if you were like a regular. Definitely explore and don't be scared to be like embarrassed or fail or get nervous. Like at the end of the day, nobody really cares. Like, people will notice you because you stick out and you were different, but at the end of the day, just so that you're confident, you're just trying to kick it and you're just trying to have good time, good vibes, and also have some boundaries. But don't get like so nervous that you don't leave the house, because I did go through that where I was really nervous. I did not want to leave the house for like a month or two. Like going outside, I get nervous, so I just avoided it when it was not good for me. But once I broke that barrier, I was like, I'm gonna go get some wash. I'm gonna wash it 2 cities. But I want to so me spaghetti. I can't repair. I miss watching, can y'all tell? That goes for lunch too. If there's a fufu spot, not a chop bar. Chop bar is different than like a place, a fufu spot. If there's like a lady who has, and her crew, who is pounding fufu, they're prepping since the morning time. By 1 p.m. that fufu is gone. Be ready by 11 a.m. to go and get your lunch. Especially if it's like small owned businesses, like non-big restaurants and stuff like that. So yeah. Speaking of which, I know for some people, when they come to Ghana and they're eating like food from outside, be careful because you guys are not used to the germs. Some people are not used to like the germs back home. Your system has to get accumulated. They do like cleanses and stuff like that. Don't go at it to eating food from outside. Just like a little bit at a time. You cook at home, you do your own thing, you eat out a little bit. Also, please take advantage of eating fruits in Ghana. Eat the fruit. Fruit back home just hits different, okay? Eat the mangoes, the coconut, the papaya, star fruits, everything. Eat it. It's good for you, it's yummy, it's fresh, it's juicy, it's divine. the heat and the environment. So, granted, when you first come over, your body is still going to be getting adjusted to the heat, okay? Like I was saying with the clothing, maxi dresses, loose attire that you like, that's so flattering to you. I'm not saying everything has to be loose. Like even this dress, like it's long. It's really, it goes all the way to my ankles. Wear clothes as breathable because I got heat rashes. I got heat rashes when I went in 2019 and I grew up in Ghana too. I did kindergarten and elementary school. And I was like, how am I getting these heat rashes all of a sudden? Get some braid. The braid coils, you burn it at night when you sleep. You can find it at the grocery stores. It looks like incense, but it's like a coil. It gets rid of all mosquitoes. Get some mosquito repellent. That smells like lemongrass or something so you don't get bit at night, because it's gonna be a rude awakening. Those damn mosquitoes, they love to sing in your ears. And to our last topic, we're gonna talk about public transportation. All right, so in Ghana we do have Uber and we have Bolt. Bolt is cheaper, it's more affordable in my opinion, and it's like you get the app just like Uber. And also, fun facts, in Ghana you can pay cash for Uber. So if you have cash, you can pay your Uber like at the end of the trip. Sometimes the Uber will ask you, where are we going? I don't know why. Like, they'll pull up to you. They know, I mean, I think in the application it should tell you where you're going. And they're like, oh, please, where are we going? I'm like, what do you mean, where are we going? Didn't you accept this ride? Get used to that, because that ain't going away, so get used to that. If you're brave enough, I think you should learn how to use the tra-tra system. I used to pick up my sister from school. I used to drop her off from school. And I did not have the money to be taking Uber to her school to pick her up and Uber back. But we learned the tra-tra system. It's efficient. I think it's efficient. It saves money, it's cheaper. You get to learn like the neighborhoods around you. It's like public transportation. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but I mean, if you just talk to the mates, that's the guy who is collecting the money, because they'll be screaming, Takra de Labadi, Seko. They'll be screaming so you know which buses are going where. So if you're not sure, you ask them, is this going to go towards this junction? When we say junction, we mean like the roundabout. I think we mean the roundabout. You can ask them, are you going towards this junction? I have to go pick up my sister from this school. And they will help you. They're really cool. Like, you know, I'm sure they'll notice your accent. Just be like, please, I need help. I just need to get there safely. Like, yeah. And at first when I got on the tra-tra, I was scared that I was gonna pass my destination. But the mates would tell me, he'd be like, oh, sister, that's your stop. I'm like, thank you. Learn the tra-tra system. It's cool, it's good to know. Once you start breaking through your comfort zone and doing what locals are doing, people are gonna notice you less. You're not gonna be standing out as much. You're gonna learn the ways. And it's a beautiful transition and a beautiful time. There are ups and there are downs. Oh, speaking of ups and downs, lights off. Hi! I remember one time I was filming a YouTube video. I was filming a YouTube video and my lights went out. Listen. Oh my gosh, my lights went out. Okay, this is just lovely. This is gonna happen if you live in Ghana. The lights will go out. I'm using my flashlight. It is what it is. Y'all give this video a thumbs up because I'm literally holding my flashlight like this. Hey. Be prepared for lights off. Maybe you're gonna be in a place where there's a generator so you don't have to worry about it. Maybe you won't. Maybe your lights are just gonna be off. So be prepared, okay? Be prepared. So what else did I not bring up? Oh, be prepared to see roaches and lizards and spiders, okay? Like, listen, just keep your space very clean if you're gonna move into an apartment. Like, have the raid coils every corner if you want, every room burning, except for when you leave the house, turn it off. Spray. Make it a habit to be spraying the corners of your house. It's not like there is infested, it's just a hot, tropical area. And depending on where you're at, you don't know what your neighbor's cleanliness, like if you're in an apartment, and maybe downstairs you're selling food, you don't know. So just clean your area. It's definitely possible to have a clean area. It's just be prepared to see wild geckos outside. Even when you go out, they're gonna be wild geckos. I mean, they don't do anything. Not to scare y'all, but just be prepared. Mental prep. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. I hope to see you guys soon in the next video. Bye. Mwah. I'm so exhausted. All right, some background. I'm not talking a long time, huh?
De poser ou après tu vas tout couper?
Je vais couper. Hey. Time to say bye bye. You're derrière. Get some. What is that thing called? This dress is eating. This dress is eating. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, ugh. I'm getting exhausted. I need a nap.